Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Evolution, and today in this video we will cover part 2. Now let's begin with the first question, which was asked in the year 2010. Darwin's finches are a good example of dash. So this is a repeated question that we already had in the part 1, so you should be familiar with the answer by now. But before that, I would like to give you an introduction about Darwin's finches. So they are a group of, how many species did he take? He took 15 species of passerine birds, okay, and they're all well known for their remarkable diversity in beak form and function. They're often classified as a subfamily of Geospinae and tribe Geospinae. They belong to the tanager family, and they're not very closely related to the true finches. So each beak, if you look at every bird, it has a unique beak. It's not the same for every bird. So these Darwin finches are a good example of adaptive radiation. Okay, adaptive radiation is a process of evolution of different species in a given geographical area, starting from a point and radiating to the other areas of geography. Okay, therefore the right answer to this question is option C. And you can see the Darwin finches here, a diagram that is given here. You can see one particular kind of beak is well suited for eating insects, one for nectar, one for tool, one for seeds, one for leaves. So based on that, the beak formation is there. Can you identify that? Therefore the right answer is option C. Let's move to the next question here. Peripatus is a connecting link between dash. So what do you mean by peripatus? It's the genus of it is a genus of Onychophora, that is velvet worms you call them as. It is said to be living fossil because it has been unchanged for approximately 570 million years. This is a nocturnal carnivore, and this is a connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda. It feeds by trapping its prey. Mostly they are small insects. Of course, the prey has to be smaller than the mother or the original. Then the one that is going to eat upon it. That is white sticky fluid it ejects from the two antennae near its head. The fluid hardens on contact with the air, and then the prey becomes immobilized. So peripatus, if you see, they have clearly explained to your right side, this is actually a living fossil. It has remained unchanged for 570 million years. And how does it attack its prey, and how does it get its food? If you see, what does it do? It ejects a sticky fluid which is white in color from the two antennae near its head, and the fluid will harden the contact. Once the fluid is in contact with the prey, it will harden when it comes in contact with the air, and therefore the prey becomes immobilized, and therefore this can consume on the prey. Therefore, this is a connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda, which is option B. Next question here. Which one of the following scientists' name is correctly matched with the theory put forth by him? So we have to analyze the statements here. So let's do that analyzation. Weismann, the theory of continuity of germplasm. We have Pasteur, inheritance of acquired characters, wrong. De Vries, natural selection. And Mendel is a theory of pangenesis. The theory of the continuity of the germplasm was published by Weismann, August Weismann, and that too in the year of 1834. Okay, 1834 to 1914, and he published it in the year of 1886. Okay, it produces that the contents of the reproductive cells are passed on unchanged form from one generation to the next, unaffected by any changes undergone by the rest of the body. It thus rules out the possibility of the inheritance of acquired characteristics and has become a fundamental to the neo-Darwinian theory. So which one is correctly matched out of the four? If you see, it is option A. Okay, so enough explanation I've given for this. So August Weismann, he was the one who put forth the theory of continuity of germplasm. Next question. Thorn of, so it's a thorn of bougainvillea and the tendril of, so what is it called as? The tendril of cucurbita are example of dash. This question was asked in the year 2008. Okay. Thorn of Bunguela and the tendril of cubata are examples of what? Analogous or homologous? It should be either of this. They are examples of homologous organs. Okay, therefore the right answer to this question is option B. Homo means same, so you should be able to understand what it is. Which one of the following pairs of items correctly belongs to the category of the organs mentioned against it? Okay, we're going to go here. We have to analyze the statements here. Thorn of Bunguela and tendril of cubata. It's analogous. No, that's wrong, right? It's homologous. Just now we saw in the earlier question. Nictating membrane and the blind spot in human eye. Is it vestigial organs? No. Nephridia of earthworm and Malpighian tubules of cockroach are excretory organs. Yeah, that is right. Excretory organs they are. Nephridia of earthworm and Malpighian tubules of the cockroach belong to the excretory organs. Earthworms has a well-developed excretory system which is composed of large number of minute, coiled, glandular, segmentally arranged excretory tubules which is called as nephridia. Malpighian tubules of cockroach are extremely fine, yellowish, unbranched thread-like structures present at the junction of the mid-cut and the hindcut. So the rest of the options are wrong, while the right one is option C. Nephridia of earthworm and the Malpighian tubules of the cockroach are said to be the excretory organs. Next question here. Which one of the following is incorrect about the characteristics of protobions as envisaged in the biogenic origin of life? So the question is quite big, so just take time to read. Okay, so what do you think will be the answer here? See, you're given 4 options here. They're talking about co-servates. What is it? Co-servates. Co-servate or co-servate is an aggregate of macromolecules such as, what all comes under this? You have proteins. I said macromolecules, so obviously it's proteins, lipids, and membranes, and contain enzymes that are capable of converting substance such as glucose into more complex molecules such as starch. Co-servate, yeah, it's co-servate. Okay, co-servates. They are droplets arising spontaneously under appropriate conditions and may have been the pre-biological system from which the living organisms originated. So what are they? They are macromolecules. Remember what all comes under it? Proteins, lipids, enzymes, etc. So you have to analyze the 4 statements and tell me which is the right answer. They were able to reproduce? No. They could separate combinations of molecules from the surroundings. That is right. So just now we discussed their macromolecules, right? So the second answer, that is option B, will be the right answer to this question. Okay, next question here. When 2 species of different genealogy come to resemble each other as a result of adaptation, the phenomenon is termed as dash. This question was asked in the year 2007. So the analogous organs show convergent evolution due to the similar adaptations which do not support organic evolution. So the clue that you have is adaptation. So here we are talking about convergent here. Okay, so the answer is option C. The analogous organs, okay, the analogous organs show convergent evolution due to the similar adaptations which do not support organic evolution. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option C. Next question here. Which one of the following statement is correct? And you have to analyze the statements here. There is no evidence of existence of gills during embryogenesis of mammals. No. All plants and animal cells are totipotent. Ontogeny repeats phylogeny. Stem cells are specialized cells. So I think all of you know what the answer is, because we saw this statement very often even in the part 1. Ontogeny repeats phylogeny, and that is the right answer. Ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. This hypothesis was presented by Haeckel was overstated since the development stages are as much subject to evolution as our adult ages. Okay. It is perhaps more appropriate to suggest that existing related forms diverge from a more generalized embryonic form to distinct adult form during development. So ontogeny repeats phylogeny is the right statement here. Next question here. The concept of chemical evolution is based on dash. So first tell me, what is chemical evolution? We know what is evolution, but what do you mean by chemical evolution? See, I mean, when we talk in terms of chemical evolution, there's a lot of things to be explained in it. But what is your, chemical evolution definition? Maybe we can go for. Okay, fine. So chemical evolution, the formation of complex organic molecules from similar or inorganic molecules through chemical reactions in the oceans during early history of the earth. So the first step for the development of life on this planet. So what do we discuss in that book? What do we see in chemical evolution? The formation of complex organic molecules from simple inorganic molecules through chemical reactions in the oceans during the early history of the earth. So this was the first step towards the development of life on the planet. So I've given you a clue. Now you should be able to understand what the answer is. Yes, it is the possible origin of life by combination of chemicals under suitable environmental conditions. It provides us with a powerful tool to study the Big Bang and the density of bryonic matter, nucleosynthesis, and the formation of evolution of stars and galaxies. So you can understand, right? What are we studying about? We are studying a complex reaction. Organic from simpler inorganic. All that is there, but we are talking about the formation of life on Earth. Okay, therefore the right answer is option C. Next question here. The finches of Galapagos Islands provide an evidence in favor of dash. So this is also a repeated question. You should know what the answer is. When we spoke about finches, we spoke something in general or in common. We spoke about geography. If you remember this, you'll be able to answer this. We're talking about the similar functions, similar adaptations or whatever, but from different geographical. So this is a biogeographical evolution. Okay, the finches of Galapagos Islands provides an evidence in favor of the biogeographical evolution. Next question here. What is common between parrot, platypus, and kangaroo? Very easy question. What do you think will be the answer? Of course, they are not ovoparity, all that will not come under this. Only birds and mammals are homothermy. Only birds and mammals are homeothermous. What do you mean by homeothermous? Maybe you should know that. Homeothermous. Or you can say homeothermic. Homeothermy or homeothermy is a thermoregulation that maintains a stable internal body temperature regardless of the external influence. This internal body temperature is often, though not necessarily, higher than the immediate environment. So that maintenance of heat is, the internal maintenance of the heat is another important characteristic of mammals. Okay, even see, if the climate changes, it's not that our body also changes accordingly. It's not like that. The internal temperature is maintained always. Only when it goes to the extreme condition, even at that time your temperature will not change. Due to the extremity, your blood starts to clot. Extreme cold and all. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D. Okay, let's move to the next question here. What is common to whale, seal, and shark? This you will not know. I will tell you what the answer is. See, the analogous organs show convergent evolution due to the similar adaptation. They do not support organic evolution. So I gave you a clue here. It's a convergent, evolution is due to adaptation or similar to adaptation. It's a convergent evolution. Therefore, the right answer to this question is convergent evolution. They do not support organic evolution. Whale, seal, and shark shows convergent evolution due to the similar. So the clue here is similarity. They have something in similar. So it's convergent evolution. Next question here. Industrial melanism as observed in prepared moth proves that dash. Okay, this is a big question. You have a big answer for this. During the period when the number of coal-burning factories in England was increasing during so-called Industrial Revolution, it was noticed that the number of melanic individuals of the species of the moth was becoming more common. Originally rare in the population of normally light-colored moth, the frequency of the melanic form increased in the polluted areas until it was over by 90%. This change in the color has come to be known as industrial melanism. So they're talking about the color. Due to the industrial pollution, what happened it seems? The light-colored moth became a melanic moth. So they have changed in the color. So now you know what it is. The right answer is option D. The true black melanic form arises by the recurring random mutation. So a lot of pollution, it got deposited on their skin, and that's how it's for mutation also. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D. Next question here. Adaptive radiation refers to dash. So this also you should know, because this is also an easy question. Adaptive radiation refers to the evolution of different species from a common ancestor. Very, very important. We have a common ancestor. Okay, the mammals are adapted for the different mode of life, that is, they show adaptive radiation. They can be aerial, aquatic, burrowing, or you have fossils, you have animals with scale, you have monkeys, everything. The adaptive radiation is a term by Osborn, also known as divergent evolution. Therefore, the right answer to this question is evolution of different species from a common ancestor is termed as adaptive radiation. Okay. So with this, we complete the evolution part 2 video. Hope to meet you in the next part of the same chapter with another set of new questions. Thank you.